novels for youth. This was David A. Robertson's first adult novel. His writing is confident, and the story sweeps over the reader like a wave. The Evolution of Alice is about acknowledging trauma, but not being defined by it. It does not shy away from tough and very real subjects like teen suicide, institutional racism, and poverty. But it is also about healing and resilience. It's about how fragile we are and how strong, often at the same time. It's about forgiveness and grace, written with humility, humor at times, and always humanity. It offers our heavy hearts hope. I'm so glad to reread this novel, and it is an honor to welcome you to it. David, thank you again and again for this luminous story. And now, over to a young boy and an old man and the evolution of Alice. Sheila Rogers.
1. The boy, dressed in a too big black wool suit, complete with a poor boy cap, sat at the edge of the lake, throwing large rocks into the water and watching them disappear. His dress shoes, also too big, black socks and clip-on tie, rested near his bare feet. When tiny waves thrust upon the shore, the boy's discarded clothing was momentarily submerged. He didn't notice, nor would he have cared if he did notice. It wasn't long before an old man navigated his way down the slight embankment, across the shore to stand beside the boy. The old man wore similar clothing to the boy's, right down to his own poor boy cap. The old man watched the boy pick up another large rock and toss it into the water. "Everybody's wondering about you," the old man said. The boy didn't answer. He picked up an even larger rock and threw it. It splashed hollowly and disappeared. "Why did you leave?" the old man said. The boy shrugged. She felt like an old tire. She didn't feel like Mom. Mom was warm. The old man smiled on one side of his face and sighed. He placed his hand on the boy's shoulder for a moment, then kneeled down and sifted through the large collection of stones at their feet. Eventually, he picked up a black, flat stone. The boy watched as the old man skipped the stone expertly across the water. It skipped 5 times before disappearing beneath the surface. The boy was momentarily amazed by the skipping stone, but quickly picked up another rock indiscriminately and threw it into the lake. The old man watched the boy do this, then knelt down and carefully selected another rock, black and flat and smooth. The boy looked at the rock resting in the old man's palm. "You know," the old man said, "my rocks have much more fun than yours." The old man flicked the rock toward the lake. This time, it skipped 6 times before sinking. The boy watched after the skipping stone and kept watching for a moment after the rock had sunk. The boy then shook his head. "It doesn't matter," the boy said. "They all end up at the bottom of the lake." "They sure do. Each and every one of them," the old man said. "But grandson, sometimes it's how you get there, not where you end up." The boy walked over to a very large rock and sat down on it. He thought about what his grandpa had said for a long time. The old man came and stood beside the boy. Eventually, the boy lowered his hand and began to search through rocks resting around his feet. He picked up a white stone that was flat and had a little wedge at the corner he felt would fit his thumb just perfect. He held the stone up to his grandpa. "Would you teach me how to make it skip?" the boy said. The old man nodded.
Night light. When the little girl awoke, it was dark. Darkness on the res wasn't the same as darkness in the city. In the city, darkness hides within the recesses, away from the warm glow of street lights, away from the curious glares of porch lights, away from the blinding sheen of cars' headlights, the high beams and the low beams. In the city,